Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel The Truth Seekers. Today we are going to talk about how to geolocate any image using only two tools or two softwares. The tools that you need are of course a laptop with an internet connectivity, the GreenShot software and Google Earth Pro. So GreenShot and Google Earth Pro, both the links to this software will be added in the description. You can go and check it out. The GreenShot icon looks like this, the G, and the Google Earth Pro icon looks like this. So in this image we are going to locate where this image could be from, where this place could be from. So the clue is that where in London this photo was taken. So let us just see two things in the image. What can we observe? What can you see? I can see this reflection. I can see this tower like thing here. Maybe it's a bridge opening. We are not sure what this could be. But to my mind, there are other two details that are very important that I immediately noticed. First, this pattern, if you can see these circles, and the second is this building. These are the two things that you can notice immediately when you open this image. The rest are just reflections and you might get distracted from the reflection. So I'll open the GreenShot software to take a screenshot of this image. Alright, I'll open it in image editor. So the thing is, I'm saving this image so that I can show you exactly what are the two patterns. Pattern 1, I'll call it P1, I guess. Yeah, so we need to name this before we start with the journey. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the text editor. So let's call it P1 because it's pattern 1. The second pattern is this building, right? So we need to highlight this building. Let's give it a different color. Purple would be perfect. And this building is going to be our pattern number 2. So we'll do the same process. We'll go. I'm sorry, I needed to select the text. So this will be our pattern number 2. So if you look carefully, we notice two patterns in the image and we will keep this in mind. Let me just save it. So yeah, so we are making a Twitter thread, so in case you want to go thread by thread, you can follow the thread. Pattern P1 and P2 respectively. So these are the patterns that we have noticed so far. Keep in mind these two patterns, P1, P2. These are very important. Now, where in London this could be? Is this image hinting anything else? To my knowledge, I can't see anything else that it hints. So let's leave it there. So let's come back to our notepad, to the Google Doc. Let's see how many places in London do we know. How many places in London do we know? If you are like me who has never been to London, you might be thinking, where could this be from? Where could this be from exactly? I have never been to London. I don't know. I don't have any clue. So let's just take a traditional approach. What places in London do I know? I know the Tower Bridge because it's a monument. I know the London Bridge because of the poem that we have read, nursery rhyme that we have read as a kid. There is the there's the Westminster, and then there is Central London. Central London is a place I have heard of. There is a location in Central London. So we will now open Google Earth and see where in London this could be from, and I'll tell you what I'm doing exactly. If we search for London on Google Earth, you can see how vast London is. Like, it's huge. This entire area is just London. So where could this be from? So what were the places that we had written? The Tower Bridge. Let's see, Tower Bridge in London. Let's search for that. All right, Tower Bridge Road, London. Okay, let's see. Search. So it's taking us to the Tower Bridge. This is the Tower Bridge, right? So let us just visit this and street view. So this is the Tower Bridge. Okay, I've entered a store, which was not my intention. It's okay, we can always. Okay, now this is better. This is much better. So there were two things that we had noticed in the image. A bridge-like pattern, of course, that can be ignored if you look at it, this, but this could be a reflection as well, but this were our focus. Can we see any pattern like this or any pattern like this shadow here? Can we see something like this? So what I did was that I went to street view and I tried looking up, because if it's a building, it will be somewhere here. So whatever I'm trying to see, I can see something similar like this here if you look at it properly, but can this be the building? I'm not sure. So I could be mistaken, but don't worry, we had saved a few more places. We went to Tower Bridge. Let's go to Westminster maybe and see if there are anything that could help us. So Westminster, London, UK. So it might look like a very tedious process, but don't give up. It is a tough thing to do. What you are doing is you are trying to locate an image just from based on a very small detail that it was clicked in London, and London is vast. You are not sure where could this be from in London. You might realize that wherever I am going, I am trying to look for open places, because in open places I can look up and try to look for the pattern. Am I seeing anything? Can I see anything? I might go a little further. It is not allowing me to move further, so don't worry, that's not an issue. So I don't see the pattern anywhere. I cannot see this pattern, neither this circles nor this shadow in a building. So don't worry, it's a trial and error process. Don't get disheartened. Next is Central London. Let's look for Central London. Where in Central London could this be? Central London. Hopefully we will find something in Central London. Okay, we are flying. This is a nice process. So what was my plan? Always go for an open space. This is an open space, so I'm going to land here. Always look for an open space. Never look for a place where you cannot see anything. So do I see any pattern? Let me see. I cannot see this pattern. Let's see. Always try to look up. Try to focus if you can see the pattern. Try to focus if you can see the pattern. Boom, I got it. If you see this circle, you can see these are the circles, but you might be not sure if whether this is the correct circle. But remember, we had also seen this pattern, this black light, and if you see, This is the black light. So you might still be confused. Can this be the image? So let's move ahead in Street View. Let's go further. Okay, my laptop seems to be glitching. Okay, see, this pattern can be seen. This pattern can be seen. This could be exactly where we want it to be. Let's see. This could be the building, if I'm right. Let's see. Can I go Street View from here? Let us first try to compare a few things, if the patterns match or not. These circles, there are 1 2 3 4 5 circles. Let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 circles. We are correct with that. Can we see anything else? This window right here, we can see that. Okay, now we need to see the other building which we had noticed. So let me go to Street View. Okay, this is not where I intended to be, but let's hope. In Street View I can see, yes, exactly this building. If we look at it, this building, if you look at it, this building, right? So let us just pin the location here. Okay, or maybe this is the more appropriate location because it was clicked from this side to this side, right? So let us just pin it here. So this is more appropriate location. These are the latitudes and longitudes. So let us continue with our thread. So latitude, the longitude, right? These are the latitude and longitude. In case if anybody wonders whether we are right or wrong, we can simply exit Street View and we can just show them the pattern that we had noticed. Where was I? Here. Okay, let me turn the eye a little bit. Okay, I'm moving way too fast. Apologies for that. Okay, let me try to move the angle maybe. Yes, that's way too far. Move the eye. No, let's move the camera a little. Okay, okay, can we move the eye? Now let me take a screenshot through GreenShot and let's compare. Screenshot, let's compare the few things that we have observed. So this was the pattern that we had noticed initially. Apologies, let me simply change the color because we had selected red, right? We had selected the red. This was our P1. Always mention the color and the names so that you don't get confused, and so do the readers. This was, apologies for that noise, it happens all the time when you are working with so many softwares. This was our P2. This was in purple, if I remember correctly. If it's wrong, don't worry, but it's better to name things so that it's easy for everybody to just notice what you are trying to point out. All right, don't worry about if you are doing it the correct color coordinates. Just try to make sure you are highlighting the right things that you want people to see. This is this was our P2, right? P2. So we have mentioned the coordinates, we have mentioned the proper places that we have noticed, P1 and P2, and that was it. If you want to compare, you can always compare the two images and see for yourself, for your own eye, that we were correct. So how we did it, let us summarize. First, I opened the image, I tried to see patterns. These patterns seem to me like reflection. There is some sort of reflection, so it is not a clear image to me. There is a reflection here, so it is not a clear image to me. But what I can clearly see is these patterns, 1 2 3 4 5 circles. I can see this building. So what I did, I just opened Google Earth. First I highlighted these two places so that as the viewer, as the reader, you can see that these places are highlighted. These are the places we are looking for. Then what I did, I went to Google Earth. I looked for places in London that I know. I guessed. This was a pure guess. Some people have other approaches. This was a guess approach. And when I went for central London, when I looked for central London, I was correct. I immediately looked for a place above. I tried to look an angle above from street view so that I can see such patterns. And based on it, I approached here immediately and I matched the patterns and it was correct. The place was correct. The photo was taken from this angle here, so these two places got highlighted. I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you like this video, do share, subscribe to our channel, and we'll be forever be grateful to you for this. Thank you.